Let's see what we got here. Be awesome if it's a brownie. Oh baby. Hey everybody, welcome to 2024. We're back in the Moose Woods, and I have 4 days up here to see what I can connect with. The unfortunate part, it's nasty. It's been raining all night. It's going to be raining all day. You can see all the droplets on the balsam fir there. It is wet. All right, we are currently 53 minutes into the hike, and I have found my first moose shed of the trip. I haven't gone up to it yet. Not sure if it's brown or not. What we got here? Well, he'd been rubbing pretty good. Hopefully we can match that bad boy up. It looks really good in here. Lots of hazel. I'm just kind of meandering around. The rain gear is still holding up so far. We'll see how that continues, but yeah, it's an incredible amount of ground to cover out here. And yeah, all you can do is put in the miles when you're in areas like this that have good sign, and you never know what you're gonna find. That could, easily could have been a 20-pound shed, but I'll take it. That's a neat little one to put on display somewhere. Pop that slug off, get on the pack, and we'll keep rocking and rolling. Well, it's a 4-hour check-in right at noon right now. We've been hiking a lot. It's difficult out here. We do have pretty decent moose sign all over, but we have a lot of this spruce coming in to this area, and there could be a paddle 10 feet over there, and you wouldn't see it unless you walk right on top of it. So I'm just trying to take my time and grit it out pretty good. I've come across a couple cow skulls, and then I had just found a cow moose skull about 100 yards away, and assuming that this is the jaw, lower jaw here from that same one. So little slower than I had anticipated on this trip, but we're gonna continue to grind it out here. Well, this is some wicked terrain. Makes navigating through here pretty difficult, even for a little peat smoke. It's day number 2 right now. Got a good early start, and yesterday was slow. Put in about a good 10-hour day hiking around, and I just found that one little brown antler. It was a brownie, and it was pretty good and faded already from probably lack of snow cover this past winter and just being exposed to the sun for several months anyway. So I'm going to work south of where I was yesterday. There was still pretty good moose sign in that area, and just continue kind of gritting that area out and seeing what happens. Hopefully we get into a little bit more action today. Not even an old antler yesterday. Kind of discouraging, especially when you're in the rain all day. All right, Pete is saying, hey Dad, let's get going. There's paddles to be found. We'll check in after a while. About an hour and a half into the hike, came across a very old carcass. Very old. See some scattered bones back here. That's been out here for a while. Kind of working this little pocket back here. Pretty nice. It's decent moose sign. Right on the edge of this cover. Wondering where the antlers are. Who knows, maybe someone's already been in here and picked it clean. Pete, are all the moose out here small? So I am played out. I'm making my way back to call it a day. And I've given up on today. I've been out here for 9 hours and 15 minutes and nothing. And I just decided to come through this black spruce cedar area, and I just got to right here, and look what I found. A little brown antler. Unbelievable. Smallest one I've ever seen. So I guess I'm seeing them anyway, but yeah, that's pretty incredible. So that does give me a little bit of hope. I was gonna just make a pass up ahead of me. It opens up again, but I'll probably make a little loop-de-loop in here. I don't really plan on matching that antler up at all, but it's my second brown, so that's pretty cool. Well, it's our third morning. We got a little bit of a later start this morning with the snow that we have, and there was a little rain earlier in the night, so once again everything is soaked down pretty good. I just had a first happen for me on a moose shed hunting trip. I had picked out an area totally random today, since I haven't been having any luck in the areas I thought would be good, but it's a little bit more open out here, but it's a lot of spruce and jack pine coming in, so it's not the best habitat, but there is moose sign. So I found a vertebrae back there about 100 yards, and there's almost kind of a trail here I was following, and I looked up ahead and I found my first deadhead, which is pretty sweet. So the skull looks to be in really good shape. It's a pretty good sized bull. I'm guessing by the amount of fading on the backside, it's been out here for probably a year or so. But let's go ahead and flip this thing over. I'm guessing it's gonna look decent. Oh, baby. Oh, so something must have been moving it around. I thought it was going to be a little bit better looking on this side. I did talk to a game warden in the area that I'm at and asked him if I were to come across a deadhead, if it's okay to pack it out, and they said, yeah, go ahead and give them a call when I get out. So I think this one is going to make a nice little yard display. Yeah, it's not chewed on at all or anything. Pretty cool find. What do you think, Pete? All right, so I'm just working this thick area with spruce coming up, and I'm up above this tamarack and black spruce swamp, and up above me here it's more open, but I'm just working this edge, and I was just thinking, well, you're going to have to basically step on one before you see it. And I got to right here and I looked and I saw some tines, and there is there's a little paddle, not a terrible one. He's chewing on it, but it's been out here for a couple years. Looks like the porcupine has been chewing on the tip, but it's in decent shape. I guess the way it's been laying there, it's preserved its color pretty decent. So working our way back towards the deadhead, we're going to have some serious weight, and I still haven't touched this this area. I have a lot of gritting left to do, so we might be in for a really good workout on the way back this afternoon. As you can see, we have a heck of a load that we are going to have to get out of here now. So I'm making a trip out to Washington this fall to go elk hunting. So I upgraded my pack. So I went with, after doing a bunch of research, came across the Exo Mtn K4 system. So I got the pack frame itself out here for these moose shed hunting trips I've been going on now. And so far it has been awesome, but I have not had the opportunity to really break it in. So we have a probably 10-pound antler there, and then that moose skull has got to weigh, I don't know, 45, 50 pounds. There's a lot of weight on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that all secure here, and we'll see how that goes. So I've never packed out anything quite like this before. So I was thinking about it. We're gonna go ahead and put the antler on first. We're gonna have it sit a little bit higher up. And I got a nice tree in my front yard that I'm gonna hang that dead head on. So I wanna protect the nose and not have that snap. So I'm gonna have that pointing up. We don't need to pack that out. So I got this crib, and that's typically going to be used for if you got a hind quarter of an elk or a moose, you can put that over it to just help secure the load. So there's a series of straps that I can put over it. This is that crib I was talking about that helps secure that load. And this is going to come all the way up. And cinch right into there. Get that tightened up. And I'm just going to go ahead and get this all secure and put it on and see how it goes. I don't know how these things get around the woods with these white antlers, but I think we got it set up pretty good. Got the water bottle holder, additional attachment I got for it, super handy. I'll be going through a lot of water hiking out. I got some thick black spruce to get through. It's going to be super interesting how it goes, but it's everything is really nice and secure with those straps, with that crib on there. It's not going to be bouncing around. I guess this is an additional feature I got as well, these little bags. It's nice to have like your first aid kit in there, compass if you get turned around or your phone or GPS stops working. And then in here, it's enough room to fit everything I need, including Pete's food, my food for the day, a bunch of Snicker bars, that sort of thing. So this is the first real test I'm going to be putting this pack to. So let's throw this thing on and see how it carries. So far so good. That load is good and secure. I'm just kind of meandering through here because it's so thick and it's really tough to get through a lot of this stuff. So I'm taking a little bit longer way out, but just trying to stick to where it's a little bit more open, because it's a pain. Then you have to stop when you get to some trees and get sideways and orient yourself and sneak through and keep on pushing. Good adventure though. Well, I'm about done with my hike, and it was, as a crow flies, almost 1 mile, which means I had probably about 1.5 miles or more of meandering through some nasty stuff, and it was bushwhacking the entire way. But this held up extremely well. If you're into this crazy shed hunting stuff, a good pack goes a long way. And this Exo mountain frame, man, this is solid. And you know, when you're walking through this thick woods, that's about as awkward of a load as you can have. You're bouncing off trees constantly. You know, again, the total weight is probably a solid 60 pounds. So it carries really well, super secure. I'm ready to get into some serious paddles and get about 4 or 5 of those bad boys on there. Pete's happy. We had a good day. All right, we're gonna relax here a little bit and maybe go back out this evening. Hey everybody, it's about a week and a half since my last trip, so I'm on my final little trip kicking around the moose woods, working different habitat this time. So I just came across this big rub and then a pile of crap like I have never seen before. Huge. No antlers yet, but hopeful that there's a paddle in our future here. But I'm working in an area that is a little bit older growth. I'm coming across beautiful white pines. As you can see right here, here's a giant white pine, an old cedar. You really don't see these size of trees anymore, and that's unfortunate, but up here you do. And we'll see if we can connect with anything. I'm probably gonna hike for about another 5 hours today, and then tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are all going to be full throttle days. So I'm going to give it my best effort, and we'll see what we can turn up. All right, stay tuned for hopefully some nice antlers. All right, well, I was just trying to navigate my way through this pretty nasty area, and I was working along this old white pine, and I looked ahead. I saw an antler. I haven't gone up to it yet. Looks like it's been out here for a couple years. I like it. It's got nice long tines, and it's been chewed on pretty good, but that's okay. Let's see what it looks like on the other side. It's pretty darn nice, actually. If you were to display it like this, it dang near looks like it's brown. Super cool antler. I love the character that this one has with the tines. All right, it's starting to get warm out here with the sun. The high is supposed to be 61 today, but we got a decent breeze. It's 1:15, so coming in on the probably final 3 hours. I actually just found a super old one, and got a photo of that. And then I just got to here, and I looked right there, and I could see an antler. Good boy, Pete. All right, nice little one. Not bad. Nice. I'll do a little bit of a loop here. I'm seeing okay sign throughout the area. It's just mediocre habitat overall. You get into little patches of good stuff, and then it's not so good. Then you get into some good stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna drop the pack and see if we can turn up the other side. Hey everybody, we're back in the Moose Woods, hiking into a new area I've never been into. I'm not to where I want to be yet, but the probably within a half mile or so. But the moose activity is picking up. We got these little openings and decent sign. Pete's been hanging up there. Maybe there's something else. But found first find of the day. We got a cow skull that's been out here for a while. Pretty decent shape overall. What I would like to do one of these years is find a decent skull and from a bull that had shed, and then use that as to mount one of my other sets on. I think that would be kind of a cool display. But yeah, we got a later start today, and probably going to be able to put in a total of 6 hours. Mind you, of the 6 hours, probably an hour of that is just hiking in and out of here. So it's not a decent day. Could do without the sun, but the cloud cover is increasing and it's exciting. Again, like I said, this is an area I've never been back to before, and you never know if you're going to get into some really good habitat or if it's just not suitable for their wintering browse area. So, all right, well, haven't been walking too long, first find, so it's always a good sign. All right, we'll check in shortly. About an hour and a half into it, I'm getting into a little bit more sign. Nothing fresh, but we found an old bone. We're a few years too late on that one. This one will, oh, looks like something actually moved it. You could see the base of the antler was there. Probably a bear or something. But we're on the board. All right. I see an antler that I think I'll be bringing out with me. It's not fresh. I haven't gone up to it yet. Let's see what it's all about here. Oh yeah, it's been out here for been out here for a little while. Ooh, kind of a cool brow tine. A little fork there. Oh, it's been out here for a while. Yeah. Well, the question is, do I want to haul that out? I think I'll throw it on a pack. We got 2.5 hours left of shed hunting to do. That sun is staying out more than not, unfortunately. But there's a decent bank of clouds moving in. So I think we'll put this on the pack and keep working through here. Oh, I just got the antler all strapped up real nice, secure on the frame. And we found another old one. This one's been out here for obviously a long time. Actually, it was a small little moose. I thought the top was all chewed off. I might just, there's not much to this one. I think I'll just throw it on the pack anyway, and we're gonna be loaded up with garden displays after this spring, it's looking like. But hey, number 3 on the day. What do you got there, Pete? Well, I dropped my pack with the 2 antlers and decided to do a little loop. And what do you know? Another oldie. Crazy. I just picked that one up to start walking again. I think I'm just gonna make a little pile and cover this area a little bit more thoroughly. And I looked up, oh my gosh! Haha! I did not see that. Okay, so I was walking towards that antler. These are all within 20 yards of each other. What? I wonder, one of these is probably going to be a set, I would think. Man, I'm gonna make some little circles in here. I might be coming back here after all. I mean, they're old. That one's got some sweet character. Cool. That's awesome. But yeah, if a person would have been back here during the heyday when they were using this spot, boy, oh boy, apparently you would have been able to clean up. So this is the most sheds I found in this amount of time. I got the 2 on the pack, the one old one I left, and now these 3. So we're at 6 for the day, and I've only been walking for 3.5 hours. Oofda. Okay, so I'm struggling to carry these antlers through all this thick hazel and aspen, and I'm just trying to find the path of least resistance. And I looked off to my right, and I find yet another antler. Of course, it's old. I think I'm gonna bring it out anyway. That is number 7 on the day. And I have a heck of a hike ahead of me. We're definitely gonna be putting the Exo mountain frame to the test today. We got a lot of weight in antlers, but it's been a fun day. I finally got into this. I mean, there should be fresh antlers out here as well. I'm surprised I'm not actually finding anything from the last couple of years, but it's gotten a lot better. It's just these, you know, this pocket is a bit bigger, but the moose are keeping it all browsed down, and they are in here. There's a lot more fresher sign. So I'm getting kind of short on time based on, I know how long of a hike this is going to be with this full pack, battling through thick balsam fir. So I'm going to get these hauled over to the pack, and I just cannot resist it. I'm going to have to come back and make one more loop out here. If I find one more antler, I will tie my best day that I've ever had shed hunting. All right, we got 10 after 3. My goal is to be packed up walking away from here at 3:30, and that was a set. Those 2 that were pretty darn close together, and I actually saw this little self-stander before I saw that one on the left, and then that other one is a self-stander as well. And then this was would have been a neat find had it been fresh. And then of course the little one I'm just going to leave out here. I'm not going to pack that one out, but I know some people that are interested in having an old bleach set and also some self-standers for their rock garden at home. So I think we'll haul those out, and then that one as well I can add to my pile. So all right, we're gonna get loaded up. There was a few sprinkles just a little bit ago. We're gonna get packed up and we're gonna hit the road. Pete is tired, so I think we have about 1.5 miles, maybe a little bit more, back to the truck. So it's gonna be a hike with all these, and who knows, maybe I'll find one more. All right, let's get going. All right, 20 after 3. Pete just got a little relaxation. First time he's laid down today, and we got the pack all loaded up with the 5 that we're bringing out of here. Again, this we're putting it to the test. That's a pretty solid load. I'm guessing that's all the 50 pounds total, not 60, because there's some decent size antlers. So that crib, again, used for the meat shelf, does really well securing an awkward load of antlers like this. And these different sets of straps that go across really hold everything tight. So it's a good solid pack out. Things aren't loose, wobbling around on you. Ready, Pete? Let's go. We have officially tied my best day of moose shed hunting ever. I'm just looking for the path of least resistance coming through here. And I looked up and I could see tines. Let's see, you think it's gonna be another old one? Yeah. Yep, if a person was in this area when it was more prime, my gosh, if I'm finding, I'm just kind of meandering around. If I'm finding antlers like this, I can't imagine how fun this would have been when these bulls were all in here, because it's about the same age, same wear on these antlers. All right, well, I wasn't good with video for the rest of the day yesterday. I kicked my butt hauling that load of antlers through the woods, and then I just took it easy afterwards. And we slept in today, and we're getting a little bit later start. Unfortunately, it is a high of 68, and it's going to be sunny today. Right now, we are sitting at 10:15. We've been hiking for 45 minutes. I'm almost to the area I want to check out. It's another new spot that I haven't been into. Okay, picking back up, my other battery just died. So, about to get back to a spot that I want to check out that I haven't been back to. And I got to right here. Little Petey was leading the way. And I looked right, and there's a moose antler. Believe it or not, it's another old one. So since I'm on my way in, I'm just going to go ahead and mark this location and pick it up on the way out if I don't have a full load of nicer antlers. All right, where should I start? So I got into the area that I wanted to check out. It's a little tougher walking. There was a fire that came through here, and a lot of the trees tipped over, and it's a lot of up and down. So, but this is just one little portion of the burn. There's a lot of cedar coming in the understory, so that makes it so that you're gonna have to basically be pretty close to an antler before you're gonna see it. And Pete and I might have a little bit better of a day as far as the shed hunt goes. So we had a thunderstorm that came through last night that produced lightning and not much rain. So there's smoke all across the horizon, and the wind is blowing my direction. So over the course of the day, that smoke is going to shade out the sun and alleviate it a little bit. The sun is still out in full force, but it's just a matter of time here before everything is smoky. So I don't know, pretty good winds today. Be interesting to learn about this fire when I get out. Well, I was taking a 2-hour break here with Pete. The smoke is getting thicker, but it still hasn't covered up the sun at this point. And we got some rain last night, so we got all this nice fresh water coming, topping me off. All right, I was starting to get pretty discouraged out here. It is pretty good overall, good sign, but it's here and there. There's nothing super consistent. So we went for 3.5 hours total, and I just saw an antler. I haven't gone up to it yet. There's a chance it's brown. It looks pretty dark from this angle. Let's see what we got here. Be awesome if it's a brownie. Oh baby. Yep, it's a nice brown. That is a good shed. Oh yeah. Awesome. I'm very excited about that. I figured there was an antler out here somewhere, but it's just so thick. Pete's getting hot. we're probably gonna drop the pack here and go grit it out. But that's a solid antler. Very excited about that. I like the brow tines on there. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, I think 11 points. Nice wide paddle on there. Beautiful, beautiful moose. All right, about 15 minutes later, I told myself I was going to spend 45 minutes looking for this other side. I'm using my phone now because my GoPro's with my pack. The antler is probably about 175 yards that way, and I headed down to the oh, lost focus. There you go. So I headed in the opposite direction, east, for probably about 300 yards, turned around, worked this little ridge line back here, and I just happened to pick heading south about 40 yards to my right. Then I looked and I saw this rub. I'm like, and I was not going to come back this way. So like, all right, I'll go check that out, and I'll go back a little bit further. So I'm coming over here, and at this point, I can see some rubbing on this tree right there, and I look at the base and I see the brow tines. So this is awesome. That is a really nice, beautiful set to have matched up out here. So I'm super excited about that. It doesn't happen a lot, but I do try to do my due diligence when I come across a good size antler like that. So today it paid off. Again, I almost did not come back this direction, but I saw that rub, and that prompted me to come over here. And then I saw this second rub, which, as you can see, is actually an old one from days gone by. Well, good morning. We got a pretty early start today. We've been hiking for probably about 20 minutes now. Came across the first paddle. Yesterday it got too hot, no luck. But unfortunately, this one's been here for quite a while, and that one will continue to stay out here. So that's a good sign. If I can keep up this rate, it's going to be a really good day. But that sun is up now. The high today, I believe, is 59, but I think we're gonna give it till about, what do you think, Pete? 11:30, and then we gotta pack up and start making our way back home. All right, we've been going for a while. I did find a super old part of a deadhead, and I'm working in an area where I saw some rubs on day number 1. And just saw one, haven't gone up to it yet. Looks like it's probably from last year. Yep, that's kind of a cool one. Pretty heavy base. Yeah, it's a sweet antler. So what I'm gonna do here is, and that's nice, they're easy to pack out, those ones. And I did just pick up that little one I found 2 days ago as well. So we're bringing a few out anyway, total. But yeah, I'm just gonna work this area a little bit. I got about, I don't know, 4 passes to make. And I think we're gonna call it a day. But yeah, it's more in the woods back here. But there's lots of hazel and a fair amount of sign. I was hoping to find a brownie. There's some nice rubs in here, but I'll take this little one. So yeah, putting on the miles, and it has resulted in a few antlers this spring, so can't complain about that.